One of the first electronic computers was ENIAC. This behemoth was a marvel of its time, representing the cutting edge of technology in the 1940s. This massive machine took up a whole room and used thousands of vacuum tubes. Imagine the electricity bill. It was so large and complex that it required a team of engineers just to keep it running. ENIAC was used for important calculations, like figuring out how to aim artillery shells during World War II. It played a crucial role in the war effort, providing the military with the computational power they needed. Narrator, media, ENIAC wartime calculations, historic artillery shell calculations, vintage wartime computer operation. Hey everybody! Welcome to our journey through time as we explore the amazing evolution of computers. From the gigantic machines of the past to the sleek, powerful devices we use today, it's been an incredible journey. It all started way back in the mid-20th century, a time when computers were as big as houses and about as smart as a toaster oven. These early machines were groundbreaking, but they were also incredibly limited by today's standards.
Then came UNIVAC, another giant computer. UNIVAC was a significant step forward, offering more power and versatility than its predecessors. UNIVAC was used for business stuff, like keeping track of all those punch cards companies used back then. These punch cards were an early form of data storage, and they were essential for processing information. These early computers were revolutionary, but they were also slow, expensive, and hard to use. They required specialized knowledge to operate, and they were prone to frequent breakdowns. Can you imagine trying to fit one in your pocket? The idea of a portable computer was unimaginable at the time. Luckily, things were about to change in a big way thanks to a tiny invention. The development of the transistor and later the microchip revolutionized computing, making it possible to create smaller, more powerful machines. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into this fascinating transformation. The invention of the transistor in 1947 was a game changer. Transistors were like tiny switches that could control the flow of electricity. They were much smaller, faster, and more reliable than those bulky vacuum tubes.
With transistors, computers could finally start shrinking down in size. They were also becoming more powerful and efficient. It was like trading in your clunky old station wagon for a sleek sports car.
This paved the way for even more incredible advancements, like the integrated circuit. Stay tuned to find out more. In the 1970s, engineers figured out how to cram thousands of transistors onto a single chip of silicon. These chips, called microprocessors, were essentially tiny computer brains.
Microprocessors made computers smaller, faster, and cheaper than ever before. Suddenly, computers weren't just for scientists and big businesses anymore. They were about to become accessible to everyone.
Get ready for the personal computer revolution. Remember those clunky old computers that took up entire rooms? They were massive, noisy, and required a team of specialists just to operate them. These behemoths were the backbone of early computing, but they were far from accessible to the average person. Well, thanks to the invention of microprocessors, a revolutionary change occurred. These tiny chips allowed computers to shrink dramatically in size, making it possible for them to fit on our desks and eventually in our homes.
The first personal computers, or PCs, emerged in the late 1970s. This was a groundbreaking moment in technology, as it marked the beginning of computing becoming accessible to the general public. These early PCs were still pretty basic by today's standards, but they opened up a world of possibilities. People could now do things like word processing, create spreadsheets, and even play simple games right in their own homes. It was a new era of productivity and entertainment.
The Apple II, the Commodore PET, and the IBM PC were some of the pioneers of the PC revolution. These machines set the stage for the rapid development of personal computing technology. They may look primitive now, with their monochrome screens and limited capabilities, but they were a big deal back then. They represented the cutting edge of technology and were the first step towards the powerful computers we use today. But there was one problem. Using these early PCs wasn't exactly a walk in the park. They were often difficult to set up and required a lot of technical know-how to operate effectively. Stay tuned to see how things got a whole lot easier. Over the years, personal computers have become more user-friendly, with intuitive interfaces and powerful software that make them accessible to everyone, from tech enthusiasts to complete beginners. Section 5. Graphical User Interfaces. The dawn of user-friendly computing. This section explores how the evolution of graphical user interfaces, or GUIs, transformed the way we interact with computers.
In the early days, you had to be a computer whiz to use a PC. You had to type in long, complicated commands just to do simple things. It was all very confusing for the average person. Imagine having to memorize and type out specific codes just to open a file or run a program. This complexity made computers inaccessible to many people who weren't technically inclined.
Then came graphical user interfaces, or GUIs. GUIs replaced those confusing command lines with icons, windows, and menus that we're all familiar with today. Suddenly, computers were much easier to use and a lot more fun. Instead of typing commands, users could simply click on icons and navigate through intuitive menus. This shift not only made computing more accessible, but also opened up new possibilities for software development and user interaction.
The Apple Macintosh, released in 1984, was one of the first computers to popularize the GUI. It was a game changer. The Macintosh's user-friendly interface set a new standard for personal computing, making it possible for more people to use and enjoy computers without needing extensive technical knowledge. This innovation paved the way for future advancements in computer technology.
But the real revolution was just around the corner: the Internet. The advent of the Internet brought about a new era of connectivity and information sharing. It revolutionized how we communicate, work, and access information, further enhancing the user-friendly nature of modern computing. The combination of GUIs and the Internet has made technology an integral part of our daily lives, shaping the world in ways we could have never imagined. Section 6. The Internet Revolution. Connecting the world. In the 1990s, something amazing happened. The Internet went mainstream. The Internet had been around for a while, but it was mostly used by scientists and academics.
With the invention of the World Wide Web and the development of user-friendly web browsers like Mosaic and Netscape Navigator, the Internet exploded in popularity. Suddenly, people all over the world could connect, share information, and communicate with each other like never before. It was like a giant virtual coffee shop where everyone was invited.
The Internet revolutionized the way we live, work, and play, and it was all thanks to those amazing little computers. Section 7. Computers in everyday life. From our pockets to our homes. Today, computers are everywhere. They're not just on our desks anymore.
We carry them in our pockets in the form of smartphones and tablets. We wear them on our wrists as smartwatches. They're in our cars, our homes, and even in our refrigerators. Computers help us stay connected, navigate the world, manage our lives, and have a little fun. Can you imagine life without them?
But the story of computers is far from over. Get ready for the age of artificial intelligence. Section 8. Artificial Intelligence, the next frontier. Computers have come a long way since the days of ENIAC. But the next frontier in computing is artificial intelligence, or AI.
AI is all about teaching computers to think like humans. This includes things like learning, problem solving, and even understanding human emotions. AI is already being used in amazing ways, from self-driving cars to virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa. And it's only going to get more advanced in the future, so buckle up, everybody. The future of computers is going to be incredible.
Section 9. The future of computers. A world of possibilities. So, what does the future hold for computers? Well, that's a great question.
One thing's for sure, computers are going to continue to get smaller, faster, and even more powerful. We can expect to see even more amazing advancements in artificial intelligence. Imagine a world where robots help us with household chores, cars drive themselves, and doctors can diagnose diseases with incredible accuracy. The possibilities are truly endless.
But one thing's for sure, computers are going to continue to shape the world in incredible ways. And I, for one, can't wait to see what the future holds.